Southern California, surfing is a way of life. It is a skill that has inspired millions of people to not just appreciate the ocean, but to also respect it. It can be said that every surfer has one thing in common: a respect for the creatures that call the ocean home. Perhaps no other sea creature has a respect of surfers like the great white shark. They have to, because they both spend so much time in the same waves. That's where the white shark seems to cross paths with surfers most of the time without the surfer's knowledge. If you've ever seen a shark knife through the waves, it's breathtaking. As humans and sharks spend more time near each other, we are able to observe the true nature of each, the sharks and the humans. Even when surfers spot them, there isn't always a panic. Is this a California thing? Is it the love of the sea, the sport, and the waves? Is that the catalyst for coexisting? More and more data shows that sharks really don't want anything to do with humans. Recent studies suggest that sharks are mainly indifferent. That doesn't mean they won't get close, however. They can be curious animals. But they are wild animals after all, and wild animals, they can be unpredictable. In Southern California, it's most often the humans more interested in the sharks than vice versa. It seems curiosity doesn't apply only to sharks. Still, that doesn't mean that some situations don't raise alarm. In this scene, the surfer, who has now become my friend after sharing this footage with him, only knew the shark was nearby from the sound of my drone. It did make me nervous to observe this, and he admitted as much too. Notice how when the surfer turns, the shark quits pursuing. Eventually, he sees it. So why are sharks in the waves to begin with? Environmental factors like changes in water temperature, currents, and prey availability can influence the presence of great white sharks in the surf zone. It's also an oxygen-rich zone. If you read various surfing encounter reports, there's often talk of sharks circling. But what would you say if I told you that shark circles could possibly mean that sharks are sleeping? That's exactly what aerial observations seem to suggest. And it's a leading theory about why we see so many shark circles from the air. Look at the perfect circle this shark has made. Now watch how the shark reacts when a human comes close. Was it just awakened? It's certainly a possibility. I'd be lying if I said sharks very close to humans did not raise my heart rate. In this case, it did. That's pretty close. And so is this. It's one of the few times that I did get concerned, mainly because this clip contains children. It's rare to see a shark pursue a human, but it does happen. Of note, like most all the shark encounters I've shown you, this shark was not moving in a manner suggesting danger or displaying any aggressive postures. Notice how wide its pectoral fins appear. Footage like this makes me wonder just how often this has happened without a view from the sky to see it. The more I film these creatures, the more I've realized that it's not just the small ones in the waves near shore. This shark is a 12-foot subadult in very shallow water. The reality is, there is always the chance of a negative encounter. It's slim, but it's there. Still, some encounters make me laugh instead of worry. Here's a couple. It's amazing how hidden a shark can be in plain sight. Again, neither of these folks saw the shark. Now, look at the size of this white shark. That's a big shark. The board in this footage is 11 feet long. Footage like this should serve as a reminder that not all sharks in Southern California are juveniles. With more surfers in California waters and seemingly more sharks, negative encounters in California have not risen. It seems education, outreach, and awareness are key factors. That's a surf instructor in this clip calmly reacting to a shark nearby his students. There are ongoing studies that compare the way humans in different regions of the world react to shark encounters, more specifically negative encounters. Shark attacks, regardless of country, are very rare. Most involve surfers. Some areas have seen an increase in negative encounters. Australia, for example, has implemented the use of long lines and nets to mitigate shark encounters. But the tactic so far does not seem to have any effect on the overall number of encounters. It is a tactic not used in California, a place one could say has an equal amount of shark activity. Watch how this shark reacts to the splash of a paddleboarder falling off the board. Maybe if sharks are around something they can determine to not be their food source early, there may be less test bites. It is an interesting theory and one that is currently being researched. It would also suggest that sharks are much smarter than many give them credit for. Let me be clear, I am not suggesting or concluding anything. It's merely a hypothesis that needs to be tested. It is something that can be considered when looking at ways to coexist. Sharks are in their home, and humans should continue to learn about them in order to coexist. While they can be scary to some, nothing is scarier than an ocean devoid of sharks. That's my friend Vic, who had a close encounter. He still surfs every day.